Okay, new stream is up and running. I'm going to go ahead and refresh everything. Okay. So brand new stream because we were having some issues apparently with everything freezing. So I don't know if that was my end or everybody else's end, Twitch's end. I'm not real sure, but something apparently was wrong. So we're just starting fresh, and I'm just going to keep doing Galactic War, give folks a chance to get back in here. And then as soon as we're done here, we'll head over to the main account, and we will. I'm gonna get the music going again. All right, we got a couple of viewers in. Yeah, I shut everything down. I shut down my streaming program completely. I refreshed everything on my side, so this is all brand new. So hopefully, whatever the issue is or was is fixed. Hopefully. And yeah, we're gonna keep doing Galactic War until folks make it back in. And then we're gonna kick it over to the main account after we're all wrapped up here, and do the territory battles, and then we will probably sometime after that we should hit the kickoff of Grand Arena, and we'll go and do a little preview for what I'm looking for, and that stream will be tomorrow morning, as they typically are. My typical GAC stream is first thing in the morning Eastern time. So it puts it in the mid-afternoon in the UK side. Kind of skips the west coast of the US, but it is what it is. I could do it later in the day to try to pick up some more of the west coast. But I seem to get a lot of people. I've played around with all the times, and I seem to get a lot of people when I do it early in the morning. I should, though, maybe one of these days just kick it back to a later time to see if I can snag folks from another time zone or other time zones. But hey, we're up to 8 again, according to my counter, and this counter says 3. So I don't know, and nobody said a word. That one now it says 6. I don't know. Maybe it's all just being wonky today, and maybe I'm just streaming for myself. I don't know. Could all be wonky. Because I don't know what else to do at this point. So, see, I'm watching it. I'm watching the stream on my phone as well, and it's still, it's streaming. And my stream, I'm not watching from like the stream control panel. I'm watching from like my personal account, which it seems like it's going just fine. But yeah, it's just another way for me to watch the chat, so I'm not always looking over here to catch the chat on this far side. I can glance down at my phone without really taking my eyes off the main screen here. Ooh, a crew. All right, well, I mean, as far as I can see, wait, hang on. Nope, it's going. I mean, it seems like it's working just fine. I don't know, but it's very possible there's some broad issues with Twitch. Look at that, a mostly droid team with HK-47 in the lead. Oh, one of my favorite characters of all time. Oh, we got to go look in on the TB on this account too. I forgot. Yeah, I'm guessing Twitch is having issues. There's still no chats, still no nothing. But it says we got viewers, so well, I mean, and here's the thing. Pardon my burping right there. I'm drinking soda pop, which I normally don't. I'm gonna stream no matter what. So I don't care if there's 1,000 people or just one. I'm gonna keep streaming. So hopefully, whatever the issues are, get sorted. But we're just going to keep it going because I've done everything I can do that I know of on my end, short of like shutting everything down, resetting all my internet, which would have forced my wife to not be able to work. I could restart my system, I guess, but I'm watching it on my phone, and it seems like it's working just fine. If a little delayed, but mostly because I'm forgetting to click while I'm staring at my phone, because apparently my brain doesn't let me do this on autopilot. I thought I saw Marin real briefly. Interesting choice. I don't know what kind of problems she could cause at this level, and I don't really care. Let's just get her out of the way. All right, well, the viewer count went up more and it's still functioning. Must be something with chatting, possibly. Let me look at the multi-stream chat. Nothing there either. Weird. All right, well, we'll just keep it rolling. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Level 79 Yoda under a Bastila lead. Ooh. This could get ugly in a hurry. Nice. Well, hopefully we can just set this up for a cleanup from Phoenix. Worst case scenario. No, this is the PC client. Yeah, BlueStacks has officially been removed from my computer. It did not function remotely nearly as well as it should, in my opinion. Considering how many, like, I went in and like manually allocated resources for it, and it still kind of sucked. And then they put the PC client available for everybody, so I snagged it, and yeah, it was BlueStacks was just crashing or lagging. I don't know what the deal is. I know it's got to emulate a Google tablet on a PC, which I know that's getting that stuff. I'm not talking like I could do it better. Clearly, if I could do it better, I would. But yeah, and I know on some systems it rocks, but from what I've been told, to really get decent performance out of it, you need a monster of a system. And I've got a decent system, and I don't have a monster. So yeah. Hey, there's some Darth Maul shards and lovely, lovely stuff. Now, let's see if we can pick up some needed stuff. Hera will grab you. Akbar, might as well. So now we'll be able to 7-star him, make home one a little bit better. Big Z boy. And Wedge. Oh, damn it. Okay. Wedge tomorrow. Okay, let's go look at what's happening in the TB over here. It will be a very, very short trip. How we doing? Okay. Command, select command, focus. Alright, we'll see if we can get this done. Hey, pretty easy. 400,000 TP. It's beautiful. So, hopefully I can wrangle this guild into getting 5 stars. What's up here? Bounty hunter only. I don't really have 5 bounty hunters. I mean, I do. Screw it. It's all going to get deployed here either way, right? So what the hell does it matter? The Jawa Scavengers daily deal more or less, the game kind of has an algorithm for you based on your like what you're farming, but it also depends on how you're farming it. So like it'll be easy to show you once we're out of here, but so like say you're farming a lot of signal data. If oh good god, okay, yeah, that's why this sucks. If you're farming signal data a lot, or you're scrapping stuff, the game will pick up on that and eventually start tailoring you offers. There's ways I've watched a video on how to manipulate it to have it always have offers for things that you want, but I've never been able to pull it off, because it's like, oh, if you want shards for a certain person, like if you go into through the character screen to find out where the shards are at, it'll start putting those shards into the algorithm. But I've never one time gotten that to work. But from my understanding, it's just kind of a random assortment of stuff that the game thinks you need, or things that you want. Whoa, that Wampa went 3D on us right there. Just about jumped out of the screen. So yeah, that's how that works, more or less. You know, you got it to offer 124 Wampa shards, but you need Hoda. I mean, but hell, 124 Wampa shards. I guess depending on how many Chris, is that for the 3200 purchase? I mean, that's a lot of what is it? Get one, or that's a lot of currency that would be saving you if you had the crystals. That's for sure. But did you recently buy a bunch of Wampa shards or anything like that to make the game think you need it? I mean, because yeah, that is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely don't buy that. But I mean, if you bought Wampa shards recently, the game might think you need them. That's the only reason I can think of. Because you said, what is it, 124? Yeah, and I think that's coming up like on Sunday. I think we'll have. I didn't look to see what the bounties, if it had a preview for what the bounties were, but I did see the Galactic Bounty events coming right up. Yeah, I've never gotten the game to consistently give me what I actually need in those things, because if it did, like, I would always have signal data sitting there. Like, and every now and again, I'll have random ass character shards drop in. But we're talking like after weeks of farming, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, oh, hey, you want these character shards? And it's like, oh, cool, thanks. Where were you a month ago? I'll even have I had like a 10 pack of Zetas drop into the 3200 tier the other day. Yeah, mostly it usually is offering me, relic gear with a little bit of signal data. Like impulse detectors might pop up in there from time to time. And on my main account, I don't have it on here yet, so they would probably be offering me like Princess Leia shards or whatever. But yeah, keep an eye on it. If you start putting currency into Hoda, maybe there's a chance that Hoda shards will pop up in there and you'll be able to snag those for cheap. Well, all right. And thus concludes Territory Battle on the free-to-play account. He's got 100k more power than me. Okay. I believe that is going to be everything on this account for today. We will kick it over to the main account and launch right into TB. And then hopefully we time it just right that when we're done with TB, we can just fire up, or we can just take a look at what the GAC matchup for tomorrow morning is going to look like. All right. Assuming the EA app works the way it's supposed to, because it doesn't always. Sometimes it just won't load anything and I have to restart everything, which that would be the second stream restart of the day, which would probably make me be like, well, this isn't happening today, and just go about my business. But it's launching, so we're fine. So we're 100% fine. There it is up on your guys' screens. Beautiful. Yeah, so this is, oh, mine aren't here. Mine usually show up after my daily reset. I don't know why they went away. I guess their timer expired. I was going to show you what my daily deals look like, but and how we doing up here? Well, we hit our raid crate, but pretty sure next raid we're going for this one. But with all the talk that that stuff's going to get buffed, and they're not going to nerf characters, so B2 is going to stay just fine. Well, fortunately we won't be able to show you this today, but because we have to wait for platoons, because we want that currency. I mean, that's very understandable. Sorry, I'm actively avoiding. Luckily, we just preload this today and then 3-star it tomorrow, but this is my least favorite zone by far. The battles just aren't fun. I'm not a giant fan of which one is it? Of Braca, because of how grindy it is. But yeah, this is like, until you get all the platoons filled, it's just, they get 100% turn meter and they just push your face in. But preload leftover GP hard stop 160, so we do have a little bit of room. I could do the fleet battle on here today. Tomorrow will be the big day when we let everything fly. And I think we're preloading Lothal. Yeah, 0 stars. So the big things are the fleet battles on these planets. So we will knock this fleet battle out first, just because if I'm setting up Profundity on Lothal, the habit is obviously to throw Ghost with Profundity, but Ghost is needed here. I don't know why Ghost is needed here, and not on Lothal, where like canonically it actually did stuff. But I didn't design the game. I just play it. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you heal that up? Pardon my cough, folks. I must need to go take an allergy pill or something. I got a tickle right in the back of my throat. Ugh, I do not know what's up with me. Okay. So negotiator is required here if you've never been to Zepho. Pretty standard. Use like your GAC lineup, so you can do this or this. I mean, just about anything really works. I've gone with this. In fact, yesterday I went with this. Yeah, it's not super hard. It's up against Malevolence, so you'll have to deal with buzz droids and stuff. So, I mean, holding him back to get a cleanse on the first thing is not a bad deal. He usually gets nuked out. They usually go right for him, which is one reason I bring him. He's kind of a sacrifice because you don't want to lose Anakin. Not right away. Like, he might die depending on how RNG treats you, but this is usually the lineup I go with. And I think I've lost this once, maybe twice, since we've been doing it. But yeah, Marauder, just as with all other things, Negotiator, Marauder makes a pretty big difference. And there we go. Easy money. Okay. So this mission requires Jedi Knight Cal, which hopefully you have to give you an easy unlock for on Braca. Hang on one second. Okay. So, my Jedi Knight Luke, who I normally like to bring here, is in platoons. Which means I'm losing a lot of crowd control. Now, he will not taunt unless you bring somebody to force him to taunt, which is, you know, Shock T can do that. My Kyle's got this TB Omicron. He's got one of his TB Omicrons. But this mission, to me, feels very, very sketchy with that Jedi Knight Luke. But we'll bring Revan as the last guy, and, you know, hopefully it goes good. You know, if it does, it does. If it doesn't take much GP to max this out, so it's not the end of the world if you don't make it, but, you know, simultaneously, it's a fun mission, and if you make it through here with a decent number of your team intact, you've got a decent chance. And actually kind of want to get rid of one of the K2s. So now Luke's taunting for a couple of turns at any rate. He'll get some retribution. We'll give that to, he can give that to himself. And if you don't have, you notice I'm calling Kyle for most of the assists. If you don't have Kyle, or if you don't have his Omicron, I guess more specifically, the assisting doesn't matter, but we're trying to get his Jedi Knight, which gives a pretty big bonus to all the Jedi on the team and has a pretty nice negative effect on who you're fighting as well. So, you know, if you don't have Kyle's Omi, Jedi Knight doesn't matter quite as much. It'll just be a buff that affects him as opposed to the whole team. But I really do legitimately recommend his TB Omicron is one that's very well worth it to me. Even if you're still on Geonosis doing light side battles, it absolutely can make a huge difference. So, obviously Omis are hard to come by and you have to be choosy. But if you're struggling with Jedi missions in TB and want something, other than massive relic levels or complete remodding to kind of maybe give you a little bit of an extra edge, definitely take a look at Kyle's TB Omi, because you see he's got it. He's got his Jedi Knight. So Kyle, Katarn, and Rebel Fighter allies get 50% defense and offense, can't gain force connection. That's the thing that counts up and then turns into Jedi Knight. This bonus applies to Jedi allies in territory battles. So they all have 50% defense and offense, which is awesome, especially with the tank character right there. And then everybody gets force influence when he uses his second special, all the enemies. So that little thing right there. Can't assist, counterattack, or gain buffs. So pretty nice set of buffs and debuffs when you got everything rolling. And then I do have a TB Omicron on him. He has, I think he's got up to 2 or 3 that he can activate. But the one I have is he gets a heal whenever he does this. So here it is. The next time he uses Whirlwind Defense, he gives 30% health and protection, gives allies protection up. It's very good for survivability, clearly. Well, you didn't hear me yelling for you, did you, honey? Well, I was hearing the commotion and was asking if you needed me. Okay. Oh. All right, so there's... Yeah, with Jedi Knight Luke, his offense just clears that wave a lot faster. And yeah, if you make it to here, you're usually in pretty good shape. So she's got taunt. We just want to get rid of her. And unfortunately, and like one of his Omicrons, I think it goes on the lead. It lets you keep your stacks of Impetuous when you switch waves. So you clear wave. He would have 25 right now, I think. 25 or 30. He'd be able to more or less insta kill her instantly. But instead we have to build it back up. Which is totally fine because we can pass turns to Revan. Revan can pass turns back. So we're going to have 20 stacks almost immediately anyway. So it's not a huge deal. It's one reason why I haven't really applied it. Although it'd be nice. It would be very, very nice. I think it gives other buffs too. But what does he have? Double blade? Yeah. So we'll do that. Kyle's been kind of sitting there doing nothing. And we'll throw the Force Influence out there. is outstanding. Oh, maybe it clicked the ability. So we're going to get to insta-kill her pretty soon. So we're just going to start doing damage to these Purge troopers. So there we go. And you could really, at this point, throw it on auto. You could throw it on auto after Second Sister's dead. You could completely throw it on auto, but we're only a couple clicks away from victory, so not a big deal. And as you can see, this one's worth quite a few points. So, you know, if you can get it done between that and the fleets, you're doing pretty good. All right, so these two missions are fun. I have a blast doing them. Consistency-wise, things seem a little off from time to time. Sometimes they're easy and sometimes they're not. So, I mean, I guess you could just say, oh, RNG. Feels a little more than that to me from time to time. But, so for here, I like to throw Mandalorians. More specifically, I like to throw Bo and her crew. And you're not part of her crew. How'd you sneak in there? And yeah, they're needed for Mandalore, but they're also needed at Relic 9 for that. So, given everything else that's going on with characters coming into the game, yeah, see that 9 times out of 10, that happens. Where OG Bo just gets nuked out immediately. Well, that's that. That is that. He wasn't taunting. Yeah, I do love Paz too. I just wish I could figure out what I needed to do to make this a little more of a consistent experience. Although he potentially could carry this. These 3 guys, in theory, could 100% carry this whole thing. Because he is just an absolute beast. Yeah, he is, out of all the characters they've added in the past year, he is easily, yeah, he's dead now. But we'll get the wave cleared. But yeah, he's easily one of my favorites. I should probably bite the bullet and R9 him. I'm just going to hit auto on this because there is almost no way in hell these 2 are completing this. But we'll see. You never know. Oh, there we go. The birds are going to take care of it. Yep, there it is. And a lot of my unaligned force users are being used elsewhere today. So we're kind of stuck with this. I normally don't like putting Luke in this sort of a deal. She can do okay at lead, but obviously her invincibility will save everybody. So that's why I like to throw her up as the leader of this here team. Like my Ben's in platoons, normally he'd be here. Oh, come on with your taunt. Grandorina. I want her ult to be charged a little bit more. If I can, potentially before I end this wave. Preferably, I go into the next wave with it ready to roll. Like that. Ooh, hit. Big hit? Not really. Okay. Been waiting all game to, or all round to use that, and it just didn't do a whole lot. Nope. Yep, we needed one more turn at the ultimate, but that's fine. We're not really dependent on... This is very, very easy to max out. This is very low, 287. Does not take much. Okay. Now, for over here, hard stop at 160. So we have a little bit of room to play. I will just go ahead and do this for today. Just do the fleet battle. There's no more, after the first 2 rounds, there's no more dark side fleet battles. Maybe there is a later, but for my guild, for as far as we go, there's no more. So you have your choice of ships. I do Executor in the middle. You can do Leviathan if you want. You can do whatever. I prefer Chimera because you're stuck with Gauntlet Starfighter, so you might as well get the synergy. Oh. And then this is the lineup I like to bring. So obviously kind of a GAC-ish lineup. TIE Defender carry. Interceptor obviously with advanced starting to get the turns quicker. More or less, I just try to tank up in the first turns until I get this deployed. To try to live through everything. Because as you see, you're up against Negotiator. Anakin, Marauder is sitting here, so this is a serious fight. It's a very serious fight. You can make it through. Okay, we survived. It was a calculated risk going for the stacks on everything as opposed to healing it, but you know what? I'm actually going to call this out. Keep everybody going a little bit longer. There we go. That's pretty much going to be the ball game right there. Without Anakin, it's just you just clean up everybody until you get the insta kill again and you take Marauder out. But yeah, you got it. Anakin has a buff on him. Like you basically have to kill him twice, more or less. It's a little more involved in that. But until that buff goes away, you can't really kill him. So the trick is to try to manage, try to keep TIE Defender alive. But if you use this fleet in GAC or anywhere else, should be a very kind of familiar thing for you. You know, your TIE Defender carry is more or less what you're going for. You're going for the dodges to fuel the turn meter, and of course getting Interceptor out helps because they give foresight to a random ship if they already have it with that move. And there we go. Lots of videos, lots of different ways to do this. This is just the way I always have. I have not tried Leviathan here. I know some of my guildmates prefer it. I prefer Chimera. I have a very good success rate in doing it like that. Okay, so that means here we will do Jabba on auto. And then we'll go and take a peek at Lothal. And while this is running on auto, enjoy the show. I'm going to go use the men's room real quick. What is happening? Okay, they're almost done. My guild is 560 million. And yeah, my Boba and Bausch mods. I've been kicking mods around because of the raid. So they might not be what they typically have. I don't think I changed anything on Boba. I might have stolen a mod from her, but Boba should be... Yeah, this is my Boba. I don't really use Boba that much, to be honest with you. Usually just in TB. Hardly ever use him in GAC, but... You know, he's not the best. He's functional. I mean, he does okay, but... I hardly ever use him. 1.6 with only 10 tries. Yeah. I about the time I'm on my third or fourth try in the raid, I'm like, yeah, you know that score I got 4 turns ago is looking really good right about now. Sounds like they might be making things easier. I think Boba is a great option with Jabba in general, but there are circumstances where you're going to want Embo in his place. Like if you have Embo and you have his Territory War Omicron, you want to have Embo as opposed to Boba. Plus, right now with let me find it. Let me see if I have it. No. Oh wait, it's on my Wampa. Okay. So with this Datacron being in the world right now, if you run into a Lord Vader that's got this, your Boba can one-shot it. With his rocket. So Lord Vader is a pretty hard counter to Jabba, but your bounty hunters, on the other hand, if you go with Bausch or with or not with Bausch, but with Bosk, with a or Fennec lead or whatever, up against the Lord Vader, if you let Lord Vader get enough stacks built up, you can one-shot him with Boba's rocket. So it's situational. I typically don't run him with Jabba. I usually run Embo in his place, but there are times I will throw him in. There's certain, like if you're trying to defend against a certain counter, he can screw things up. I don't know, because I don't really use him in that. Oh, you wanted to see Bausch's mods. I don't usually use him in that configuration. Like, he's, honest to God, he's a pilot for me mostly. I mean, I don't know. He's just not a guy I use very much. And so I really don't pay much attention to him. So that's where she's at. Okay, so I think, let me ask you this while we're looking at Jabba's kit. Do you have Embo push-ups? Because, okay, it's been a while since I've looked at his kit. Is it in his leader? With the... Because there's a thing with the weakest assisting, right? Like, is that kind of where you're... Okay. Well, okay, if you don't have Embo, Boba is basically your only option. Because if you have Kersantin, I assume do you have Kersantin? I assume you do. Because if you have Kersantin, you don't need another tank. So, what we should actually be looking at instead of bounty hunters is Hut Cartel. So... I've never tried Cad or Greedo in the lineup. I suppose they can work, but to me, that's like going to the C team. Because if you're talking to me personally, the A team is Jabba, Kersantin. It's these four plus Embo. Boba's kind of the B team, A team, B team split. He can go either, but I prefer Embo over Boba. And then these guys. Okay, so that's awesome. That's fantastic. I mean, it sounds like your Boba's solid, and he should do just fine. You're getting different things out of Embo and Boba. It's not like, yeah, he's an attacker, but he functions different than Boba does. Boba is just there to kill shit and put ability blocks. Embo is, Embo's kind of he builds up protection, does a big one shot, sacrifices some protection. It's a little bit different functionality. Dispelling the buffs is a huge thing. A buff dispel on basic is massive. You're not going to get stuck behind a taunt so say you want to counter Jedi Master Kenobi with the Hut Cartel. So once you have the foresight off, you use Jabba to put his buff immunity with Crumb's Revenge onto GK or Mace or whoever their tank is, and then Embo to clear it off, and then you can start focusing on Cat. There's it's a different function between these two. This guy is just pure damage and hopefully lands ability blocks, hopefully, and then maybe hopefully get a double tap with his basic. It's different functions, but if you don't have Embo, there's nothing wrong with Boba being in that group. But you want... Where is it? I have not looked at this guy's kit in a while. Because you want to know who should be assisting more. Because you want Bausch to be throwing grenades. Or throwing detonators. but I can't remember. Is it in his large unique? No. Galactic Legend? No. It's somewhere in this kit. A cartoon. Okay, call the other weakest Hut Cartel ally to assist, doing 10% more damage for each active Hut Cartel ally. Bullet man. This okay, so is this is kind of the. I mean, how fast is your Bausch? I guess is probably the next question. Because if your Bausch is fast enough to where she's able to take a lot of turns throwing the grenades, then her assisting doesn't matter quite as much. If she's not super fast, you want her assisting. 348, you're fine. Dude, you're fine. I think you're overthinking this. I think you're overanalyzing this. At 348, yeah, she'll be taking turns all the time, dude. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. And then, what is, and just, you can use covert coordination here, put her under stealth to make sure she can't be, tagged. And then, Jabba, you're going to alternate between, once you have this out on, the tank or whoever you want to have buff immunity on, you're not going to touch this again until that target's dead. So you're basically going to go back and forth between these two. Yeah, no, and dude, you don't have Embo. So you really don't have an option but to run Boba. I mean, I've never tried with Cad or Greedo. I've thrown Gamorrean Guard in there a couple of times in GAC, but yeah, I don't think you have an option. Cad Bane is a fine character, but his functionality, you're talking functionalities going down, and you don't want Greedo because he's going to detonate the thermals, and you're trying to build them up to let her detonate them. And that's kind of the same deal with Mob Enforcer. Now, there are circumstances, if you talk to somebody who deep dives into this sort of stuff, into like ideal team compositions, depending on what you're facing and datacrons and blah, 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 blah. Anybody could probably give you any combination of these people to run with. But if you don't have Embo, do these 5, you're fine. Especially having a Bausch that's that fast, you're solid. You're solid. It doesn't matter if Boba's assisting all the time. It just doesn't. She'll get plenty of turns. She'll get plenty of thermals. He'll ability block. He'll nail people with rockets. It'll be fine. You're solid. You're good. You're overthinking it. You're in great shape. You're in great shape. But it's okay to overthink it. There's a lot riding on your teams. You GAC, territory battles, the whole 9. There's a lot riding on how you choose to employ your tools. So it's okay to ask questions. But yeah, in the case of Hut Cartel, where you're more or less in your current situation, you're kind of forced into one team. Otherwise, you're just going to be limiting yourself, and that's the bottom line. Is you are kind of stuck with the Boba because you don't have really any other good choice. Although for fun one day, if you're doing something, it doesn't matter. Throw Cad in there and see how he does. Yo, yeah, dude, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Do you use your Hut on offense or defense generally in GAC? And do I even have a Jedi team? Oh, I guess I do. I can do a Galactic Republic Jedi team, but first... I want to see how these guys do this time around. It's a shame she doesn't function well with these guys. Like, there's so many call outs in her kit against Cat being there. Where are they? But yeah, she has specifically like not, like all non-scoundrel Galactic Republic allies. Oh, maybe it's only on her. Maybe it's only on her GAC Omicron, but yeah, she has some. She has some call outs. You don't need Embo for territory war. His stuff is what I would consider. It's probably optimal. In fact, I will say yes, it's the optimal team, but only with the Omicrons. So if you're poor on Omicrons, there's definitely probably 5 or 6 characters that are in more need of an Omicron than Embo. It's a luxury to have him and to have Skiffguard Lando both with their TW Omis under Jabba, but it's kind of a luxury, and it's not going to make or break your team. It makes a difference. It can make it a harder counter, but it's not going to make enough of a difference that not having it's going to hurt you. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so what do we... So the bottom node's Jedi, so we can't use her. Maybe I'll see if I can platoon her somewhere. And I can always, for fun, throw like a rebel team onto Mandalore on one of the nodes that's open for... There's one node that's open for whatever you want to use on it, but I can throw Leia at that just for funsies. Or I can throw it here for the extra stats. Actually, no, I'm just going to throw this here for the extra stats. We'll see how this does today. There we go. That's the hit I kind of been looking for. That was a nice hit, finally. All right. Screw it. It cracks me up when he's hitting harder than him. That was a nice hit. 172K. Jeez. Well, he's building up some damage here with the protections and the heals over time. Here we go. Oh! Nice. I love it. It's nice seeing him work. He's on defense, you know, and then in the raid. You know, this is... I don't get to play with these new toys as much as I would like. There it is. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. I felt a lot better than it has. I wonder how much of a difference R2 made, to be honest with you. Oh, we never did this. Jeez. I was almost... we're done. No. No. Okay, let's just clear fleet. Filter for the good stuff. I mean, the good stuff is clearly subjective because it's mostly these three guys. Kiddo, you come galloping out here and don't even look to buy. Comes running out for a new tablet and then goes running right back in. And we still have to go to Haven, which, as you may or may not have been able to notice, I've been kind of putting off. It's just not fun. I don't think Haven's a good time. At least not until platoons get filled, and then it's just okay, but game seems a little glitchy. Well, hi, Sparrow. The one cat that I have that's never been on stream just walked by, and I was tempted to grab her, but there's a decent chance that if I had done that, she would murder me. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we are going to throw it on auto and hope that they can handle their shit. Because until they build up this buff, right here, you see it stacking up. Stop moving. Oh, here, on gas. That buff gives them crit damage and crit chance. So until they build it up. Good lord, this is just flying on auto. Yeah, until they build it up, their damage just isn't great. And of course, without Cat, JMK is not quite the same guy. But, once this buff gets up high enough, you see Yoda's starting to do some decent damage. He's at 17 stacks. Snips is at 16. Ugh. And then we'll go to Haven. And then we'll deploy, and then we will then we'll go and do a quick preview of what I'm going to be looking at on the front walls, at least for GAC tomorrow morning. And then I will then we'll be calling it a day. But it's been fun, despite having had a frozen stream. At least on the receiving end, everything froze up a couple of times. So I shut it down, started a new one. Everything seems to be perfect since then, but who knows what the actual problem was. If it was me, if it's Twitch, if it's just the internet in general, it's hard to say. But it's been fun. Always getting... Ooh, actually, I can't deploy because I need to hang on to my clones. Unless they got the platoons filled. We'll go and check that out before we call it a day. But yeah, I need to... I don't want to accidentally... See, this is the thing that drives me crazy is when we're having to wait for platoons. And it could be tonight or tomorrow morning before those platoons get filled. When there's a special mission that requires certain characters, I kind of like to get it done right away. And just waiting for platoons saying, I run... You know... You have to be aware and you have to be cognizant. Obviously, you have to think. But if you accidentally use a clone somewhere because you're just not even thinking about it, you're screwed. So, you know, it's the same that goes with Inquisitors or... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I mean... Okay. I might be about to die. Hi, Sparrow. So this is the one kitty I have that has not made it on stream yet. This is Sparrow. She named after Captain Jack. Yes, she is. She's a very sweet kitty, but she doesn't like being held unless it's on her terms. Now I'm scratching her in the right spot and keeping her pliant. But she could turn into a murder ball any second. But now that's official. All 4 kitties have been on stream. Yay! And she about clawed the shit out of me when I was setting her down. And she's looking at my wife like my wife betrayed her. Like she betrayed the sisterhood. Sparrow. And she's a sweet cat. She just, yeah. Oh, it's on her terms and just was not on her terms. She mad. She's so mad. Yeah, see, now that they're all maxed out on the buff. Except for Gas, for whatever reason. What's Gas been doing? There you are. There you go, big boy. now the damage is really, really rolling. And beautiful. Okay. So, even though I technically don't need to do anything here, I could just deploy and call it a day. As you can see, nobody's done missions here yet, because everybody's waiting for this. Because if you look, where is it here? Level 3. Grant all allies 100% turn meter and 3 morale buffs. They just steamroll your team. They just steamroll you right off the bat. So, and we are getting ads starting in 2.5 minutes. So I think of what I'm gonna do, given that it's 4:56 my time, and it's 4 minutes till the setup phase is done. What can I do here? I think I'm just gonna ignore Haven for today, or at least for right now, and let's see what we can do to have a little fun before we call it a day. Dang, I should get Night Trooper up another level, because it'd be kind of fun doing a trooper thing with him and the other Imperial, like here, like get the Imperial Remnant to R8 and run Night Trooper right here. I think it'd be fun. But so like we could hop in here and we could do this, because you only need him. And this would be a team that I would run on. I would run something like this on Haven. So I am going to snooze what should be the final ad break. We're going to run this. By the time it's done, we're either going to get our ass kicked or we're going to win. This should be quick either way. But we will then go take a peek at GAC, and we'll call it a day at that point. So my favorite thing about coming here is it's just beautiful. I love these set pieces. These designs are top notch. Really, really good. Really well done. I don't think I can screw up his cooldowns, but we'll hit him with it anyways. So now here's where we really get worked because, you know, deep down this is a Lord Vader team up against Bo. And there's the mighty lightsaber sound on my phone telling me that the GAC attack phase is underway. Easy there, Paz. Snooze it again. Yep, we lost, but I kind of figured we would. That was just for fun. So let's go take a peek at how we are going to be looking wall-wise for GAC tomorrow morning. Okay, so I see Jabba, I see Rey. Jabba, Rey, Leia with Stormtrooper Han. Okay, all right, some solid looking walls. Okay. What's happening here? Okay. So this is the Datacron that is potentially bugged. So we shall see what goes down with this. Okay. I mean, apparently if it's bugged, I haven't seen CG say they're investigating or anything like that. So who knows if it's enough to make people mad. Okay, so this is telling me, this team right here is telling me that on the back wall, on the back wall, we are going to be looking at, unless they're saving it for offense, on the back wall, we're probably going to be looking at a Rex. The two Rexes with 5s back here, because they've got gas up here with the other two. So there you go. There you go. That was a dog that just came running through. So yeah, it should be a fun. Oh, hey, Speedy, what's up? How you doing? You are catching us at the end, I'm afraid, Speedy. But yeah, we're just doing a quick preview of the GAC because I will do that tomorrow morning. No, yeah, you're catching me at the end, unfortunately, bud. I'm sorry. To me, that's the worst feeling in the world as a streamer, is to be like wrapping up and somebody comes in and is like, "Hey," and you're like, "Hi, see you later." Tomorrow morning I'm doing GAC. I don't know what time zone you're in, but it's I'm kicking off sometime around 9 a.m. Pacific. Yeah, no, but it's just a bad feeling for me. It is 5 p.m. for me right now. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. So yeah. What time is it where you're at? Okay, so you're in my time zone. So if you're up at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, my GAC stream will be running. And then I don't know what Excellent. Well, I will, I like to fire it up and then it'll sit on like kind of like the starting soon screen. So you'll have some time you have so many questions. Okay. Well, you can hit me with as many questions as you want. In fact, if you want to ask something right now, go ahead, and we'll give you one question before I end the stream. But yeah, so GAC tomorrow morning. I don't know what I'm going to do Sunday because it's my birthday. So I don't know what activities my wife may or may not have planned for me. I know I'm getting a dinner, a steak dinner. She showed it to me. There's 8. So they have added. So when you left, I'm assuming Luke, Vader, Sith Eternal, Jabba, Kenobi, SOKR, and Rey, and then they added Leia Organa. She is the latest one, and here very, very shortly, hang on, we'll do this the smart way and not the slow way, but here very, very shortly, we will have number 9, Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. So, yeah, since you've been gone, we've had a full cycle where we've gotten Leia and gotten her unlocked and had her in the game for a while, and now we are getting Ahsoka Tano from the TV show as a Galactic Legend. And first 4 requirements are right here. So, old school original Ahsoka Tano, Relic 9, Gas, Relic 8, Asajj Ventress, Relic 5, and a new character, the Night Trooper, Relic 7. Yes, yes, Ahsoka Tano GL. Yep. It is. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. So I'm very excited. They are doing, so she so far isn't a requirement, but she might be, so they have released Morgan Elsbeth from The Mandalorian and then from the Ahsoka show. She is a requirement for Balin's Skull is being added into the game, and he will be like an epic confrontation, and she's going to be one of the requirements. They're adding the 3 Night Sister, the Night Mothers, I think is what they're going to be called, are going to be a unit. All 3 of them are going to be one unit, a large unit like Jabba is. And they're also going to be required for the Balin Skull event. Grand Admiral Thrawn is going to be required. And they're probably going to release like Shin Haiti as well. But yeah, it's an exciting time. If you're a fan of Ahsoka, if you're a fan of the show, we are going Ahsoka content heavy. It's a great time to come back. Never a bad time to come back. But yeah, it's a fantastic time to come back. You had C and you were farming for GL Luke. Well, you know, you can pick up right where you left off. That's the beautiful part of the game. And now also we have this beautiful PC client. So if you have a computer, you can download the EA app, and then you can install this onto your personal computer. No BlueStacks required, and get to play it with much higher frame rates. Just beautiful graphics. It's awesome. So good time to come back. Good time to come back. But yeah, I am going to go ahead and call it a day and call it a stream. But we will be back in, 16 hours? About 16 hours from now. Just enough time for me to have dinner and go to sleep. And then I'll be right back here in this chair doing the damn thing. Yeah, GAC tomorrow morning. Again, I have no idea what I'm going to do Sunday, if I'm going to do anything at all. Sunday might end up being a day off if we decide, if she's got something to take me to, I don't know, maybe I'll come back and stream in the evening or something. But, also we'll be looking at territory battles to be wrapped up. There won't be a whole lot going on Sunday other than, a GAC preview for Monday morning maybe. But yeah, the next week is going to be a little bit weird for me. I need to figure out how to handle it. It's my birthday on Sunday. My mother is arriving on Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember which day. And we're going out of town. Sam's birthday is also next week. So we've got a lot of family stuff going on. So probably be some sacrifices in the, sacrifices in how much I'm streaming, but I will, except for the days that I'm out of town, I will do my utmost to be on in one way or the other. Probably GACs, do a real quick thing or whatever. So yeah, I'll figure it out. Yeah. My mom comes out here a couple times a year, so she definitely is a priority, and we're taking a little quick family trip for a couple of days to upstate New York. So we're gonna do that. Yeah. Oh, nice, Sopper. Nice. Kang is awesome, man. Kang's a good character. I mean, I'm not super blown away by them. I've never been blown away by like Absorbing Man or whatever, but like Ultron's decent. Kang's awesome. The other, Tatiana or whatever her damn Titania, whatever her damn name is, she's okay. But she's just okay. She's not fantastic. But yeah, they're a fun team. Oh, he's talking about Marvel Strike Force. No, he's talking Marvel Strike Force. We're in Star Wars. We're still at G13. I don't know if that whirring noise is picking up on microphone or not. If it is, I apologize. It's okay, honey. My wife's trying to make coffee. She's grinding coffee beans. So I don't know if that noise picked up or not. But anyway, that's probably as good of a signal as any. How long I've been playing? I've been playing for five or 6 years now. I can't remember exactly when I started. But yeah, it's been a while. Oh, and this isn't that big. No. I am not free to play. I've spent money on this account. I mean, I have the newest marquee character at G12, 7 stars. So yeah, I spend money. On this account, yeah. On this account, I spend money. But yeah, no, there's accounts that are 13 million, 13.5 million. There's big accounts. But yeah, I'm going to get going, guys, because I don't know if you can see the countdown, but I sure can. We have an ad starting in 1 minute and 30 seconds. And yeah, I'm not going to like sit here and make you guys watch an ad and then leave. That's just not cool. So again, tomorrow morning, GAC, we'll get that done. And then we will see what happens on Sunday. Real quick before I go see Deadpool and Wolverine if you haven't already. It's so much fun. It's awesome. It's a blast, and I will not discuss any spoilers until sometime next week. Give people a chance to see it, but go and see it if you've been on the fence. If you're not sure, go see it. It's so much fun. Very, very funny movie. Very easy to watch. Very good. Very well acted. Blah blah blah. All the things. So yeah, until tomorrow morning, guys, take care. Good luck with your GACs. Hope everything goes well. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. You mean a lot to me, and I appreciate your support. So yeah, until tomorrow morning, guys, have a good night. Yeah, and good luck with everything. And I still don't have like a outro, like catchphrase or whatever. Maybe I need to come up with one. Anyways, guys, take it easy. We'll see you tomorrow.